Rightio, chaps, or anybody who's out there. I have a blog. Yes, it's another blog that I'm doing, and this time it's talking about a certain town called Doncaster. Now, I'm actually doing this blog while I am basically at home at night, because sometimes I do blogs in the daytime, and it's probably better because it's lighter and you might be able to see me better. But I thought basically that it doesn't really matter when I do them, but at this moment in time I thought, well, why don't I do this blog right now, basically, because I promised somebody that I speak to. Her name is Lynn. Linda, yes, Lynn, or whatever you want to call her. I call her Lynn, it doesn't matter, but it's nice anyway, that I will do a blog about Doncaster, because it's something I'm associated with very much. That's thanks to a very good friend. Well, I know two friends, but Lynn meaning three now. But I've had a very good friend from Doncaster, so that's my connections. And basically, she's always asking me whether I would move there, and I always say no because I love Peterborough too much. And I would say that Doncaster isn't a bad place. It's not the best place in the world, obviously, but it's not a bad place. There's some good things about it anyway. I'm not quite sure we can say that about the football team though. So if you like football, then sorry about that. Although they did get promoted this season. But my first ever experience of Doncaster was many, many years ago when I went on a holiday to Blackpool. We had to catch another train, because the one we was originally going to catch was delayed or not running, basically. So they said basically that we would have to go to Doncaster and change. So we did, and that was the first ever time. I didn't know my friend then. I didn't know anybody in Doncaster. I'd never been before. I went on the train station. We had an hour's wait at the train station. How lucky were we? Yeah. And basically, at that time, I was very fortunate enough to go on a wander. And I went outside the train station, and I managed to go and find what was the shopping centre, which at the time would have been, I don't know how good it was back then, but it wasn't as good as it is now. And basically, that was my first ever time I'd ever been in Doncaster. But over the years, I was fortunate enough to meet somebody and another one, and I've been there many times now to meet I've only met one of my friends once in Doncaster, because that's the way it's always happened. As for my other friend, Linzi, I've met her. I've probably been to Doncaster. I've lost count now, but I would say it must be a good 10 times or something. I'm not. I'm not quite sure about the amount of times, but I know I've been a few times, and that and it's interesting. It's not too bad, I've been able to go and see my friend, and that's been the best highlight for me. The first few times that I used to go was for the day, because it didn't take long to get there, so it was more like I could go, say, at 9 o'clock from Peterborough. I'd be there about 10 o'clock, and I would spend a few hours basically around Doncaster with my friend and that, and then I would be able to come back home, because I could probably get a train or something back home about 5 o'clock. So that didn't matter to me. But now I never do that. I never do that now, because most of the time what I do is I go and spend time around my friends. So I don't have to leave so early. I can leave at 10 o'clock, be there about 11, go and see my friend. We go round normally the town, and then we go back to her place, basically. And because it's normally a Saturday, so generally we, once we've been around there, we go back round hers and whatever, and then obviously whatever we do at night, whether we're going out or whatever, or we stay in, and then the following day I would normally want to come home about 5 o'clock, so I'd probably get a train about 5. Probably because on that day, on the Sunday, sometimes I might cook, so I would cook for me and my friend. But it's interesting, certainly within reason. So that's basically it, and I wouldn't necessarily say I want to live there, but like I said, it's not the greatest place in the world, as I've said before, but it's not too bad. There are plenty of shops to go around. That's one good thing. Oh, and another good thing about Doncaster, although I I will say that they don't have many Northern Soul nights compared to they do in Peterborough, but the one thing about Doncaster is they still have a record fair, so I'm able to go to the Doncaster Dome and go to a CD and record fair, which is what I like, so that's not too bad. Anyway, I'm going to end off with basically that I'm saying I'm going to give a shout out to Lynn. Basically, she's older than me, yeah. It doesn't matter anyway, because age to me is just a number, and she's a lovely person, you know. She's very warm and kind-hearted and caring and sweet, and that's a good thing, you know, and it's always good when you get friends and people like that you can meet and do that, so I'm always happy to speak to her and that, and she goes on a lot of walks, which is a good thing. It's a good form of exercise, so that's great, and there's always something good to do there and that, so hopefully you'll like this blog, and hopefully I don't know too much about Doncaster. I don't know too many of the famous people that come from there or anything. They are supposed to be trying to apply to be a city because they're only a town, but they do have a great frenchgate interchange bus station, which is on to the shopping centre, so it's not too bad. There are obviously a few shops around there that are nice, so I can't complain. There's a few nice fish and chip shops around there that I've been to, so that's good. And that, so, and plus it don't take long to get there anyway if I want to go and see my friends, because I can come back on the same day, because like I said, it's only about an hour on the train, so it's not like I'm having to worry about all of that. But yeah, it's good. So hopefully you like the blog, Lynn. It's very nice speaking to you. I'm very happy for that. So keep watching my blogs, people, and there'll be more to come very soon. Bye for now.